Hello everyone, this is Armadius, and following on from my previous video where I did the British-Irish dialect test, now let's try this American dialect test, and it's titled How Y'all Use and You Guys Talk. And this is interesting because I've also consumed media from like various different parts of the US, and there's some words that I use that might not be used in the US at all. So, right, let's get started. And how would you address a group of two or more people? Um, this is a weird one for me, actually. I say you guys, obviously, most people do. Yins, I believe, is Pennsylvania. And so I'm obviously not from there, but yeah. Yins, you, well, oh god. This is a singular choice? Oh god, I don't think I can do that. But I wanted to point out one very distinct word that I use is use. I haven't known anyone who also says use, especially as a non-American thing, or non-American/British thing. But I say use. I regularly like type and text in use, and it feels weird, but I mean no one really points it out to me. But I've consciously noticed that I'm not saying y'all, or I do say y'all, I say you guys, obviously, but if we're really going for the most distinct one, I would say use. Right. Yeah, do you pronounce caught and caught the same? This is a very famous thing in English linguistics studies, the caught merger, as they call it. So, for example, in the New York accent, you might pronounce caught and caught, although I don't know which is which. But yeah, in the New York accent, for example, it might not be a merger. It might not sound the same. So in New York, you might say caught or caught, but I pronounce them the same. So yeah, I do have the merger. How do you pronounce caramel? I always say caramel. I think maybe a few years back I would say caramel, but that's a long time ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. But now I kind of consciously say caramel. One reason is, I guess, because people in Hong Kong tend to say caramel. So yeah, I tend to like follow that trend, I suppose. So yeah, caramel, not caramel. What do you call a large motor vehicle used to carry freight? I'm not from the US, obviously, so we don't really have a lot of those here, but believe it or not, we do have a few. So I would call that who the hell calls them lorries in the US? In the UK you might do that. I think that's a pretty common word in the UK, but in the US, lorries? You might say lorry and people would think that's the name of a person, So yeah, I would say a semi, maybe, or honestly, maybe a few years ago I would have said big rig, but we don't really get big rigs in here in Hong Kong, so I think I might just have to say truck, honestly. So yeah, it's kind of boring, but yeah, semi, I don't know, I think mostly we just say truck. Distinction between dinner and supper. For me, dinner is the main meal, and supper is after dinner. So you might have dinner at like 7 or 8 for me personally, and then you might have supper at around midnight or so. Yeah. I mean, I know that in Scotland, I think dinner is actually what we call lunch, and then the evening meal is supper, or actually tea. So yeah, that's very interesting. The evening meal is called tea, and the afternoon/noon meal is called dinner. That's a Scotland thing, though, not really an American thing. So I would say dinner is the main meal and supper is an evening meal, or I don't know. That's the closest to mine, I guess. Because we also have in Cantonese we call it siu ye, and basically that's kind of like a midnight snack, and that's what I personally consider to be supper. So I guess I would say that. Right. What do you call the night before Halloween? I don't have a word for this because we barely even celebrate Halloween. Come to think of it, we don't celebrate Halloween. We only buy stuff for Halloween for capitalism reasons, because we live in like these apartment complexes, and it's kind of kind of hard to just go around your floor and then go around every single floor of the apartment building just trying to get candy. Is kind of pointless. So yeah, we don't celebrate Halloween, so we don't have a name for the night before Halloween. How do you pronounce the first syllable of lawyer? Um, the first syllable of lawyer. Lawyer. That sounds weird to me. It rhymes with boy. What do you call the road parallel to the highway? I actually say service road, because I believe we have them in Hong Kong, and they're also called service roads. But also, it might just be that one analog horror video. If you might remember I think it was Mandela County. No, it wasn't. It was the whatever. It's just analog. It's that analog horror video where it's that guy driving along this service road. It might just have been that kind of imprinted into my mind, I guess. But yeah, I call it a service road actually. How do you pronounce aunt? This one's hard because I think I also use both pronunciations. I sometimes say aunt, sometimes say aunt. Particularly in Hong Kong, we have the word auntie, which is also referring to an aunt. See, I just did it right there. I say aunt and auntie. I think I use aunt when referring to a general concept, but I use aunt for a person by name. Oh my god, that is so weird. What do you call it when rain falls while the sun is shining? I don't really have a term for this. It does happen sometimes in Hong Kong, but it's kind of rare. I think some people say shower, sun shower, but I've never heard it myself. The devil is beating his wife. The wolf is giving birth. Pineapple rain. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, we don't really have a term for this, although it does happen here. What do you call the area of grass between the sidewalk and the road? I don't know. I don't really have a word for this because we don't really have a lot of grass, as you might imagine. What do you call an easy high school or college class? I don't have one for that. We just call it an easy course. What do you call a sale of unwanted items? I would say, thrift sale or yard sale, maybe. Patio sale. I don't know because we don't really have those over here. Oh god, I'd say either yard sale or garage sale, maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to diversify my answers to make this a little bit more interesting than the previous one. So yeah, yard sale or garage sale. I'll say garage sale, because why not? How do you pronounce the words marry, marry, and marry? Marry. I say marry differently. Marry and marry. Oh god, hold on. Marry, 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 marry. All three are different actually. I say marry, marry, and marry. Oh god. Marry. Oh, The more I say it, the more it feels weird. But yeah, I think I pronounce it slightly differently. What do you call a sweetened carbonated beverage? Soda. Well, no, actually, I say soft drink. What do you call a long sandwich that contains cocoa, lettuce, and so on? Hoagie is a very, it's a very Pennsylvania thing. I believe. Poor boy. It sounds funny, but actually, there's a sandwich I think down near Louisiana, where it's like I think fried seafood and then some other seasonings and such, and it sounds really good. I would love to try it one day, but yeah, no, that is a genuine sandwich. Italian sandwich. That just sounds really generic. Sarnie. Are there people in the US who say sarnie? Because I always thought that was a kind of, British thing. I mean, I don't really eat those that often, and when I do encounter them out in the wild, I always just call them subs. So yeah, there you go. Right, what do you call a traffic situation in which several roads meet in a circle? That's a roundabout. What do you call the insect that flies around in the summer and glows in the dark? Who the hell calls it a peony wally? I think lightning bug or firefly. That's hard because we don't really have those here, but somehow I used to always talk about them. I don't know. Lightning bug. No, I think I say firefly. Mainly because of that song called Fireflies. So yeah. Right, how do you pronounce the second syllable of pajamas? Pajamas. Oh god. Again, I don't really use this word because I don't really wear pajamas when I sleep. I'm sorry I had to conjure up that imagery in your head, but there you are. Yeah, pajamas. I'll have to think about this. I need to buy some new pajamas. I need to buy some new pajamas. I think a priori I would say pajamas. What do you call it? A small gray bug? I think we talked about this in the previous quiz as well. I don't know what this is. What do you call a big road on which you drive relatively fast? I definitely don't say freeway. I guess highway? What do you call the rubber-soled shoes worn in gym class for athletic activities? I don't know. I sometimes say trainers. Although that now that I'm saying it, it sounds weird to me. So I'm just gonna go shoes. It sounds boring, but yeah. What do you call something that is across both streets from you at an intersection? I would just say diagonal, I think. Kitty wampus. Drive-through liquor store. We don't have those. What do you call a small freshwater lobster? We call them crayfish, I think. And my map. Oh, right. Right. Where does it put me? Honolulu. Well, I've heard that a lot of foreigners who take this get placed in Hawaii, which is kind of funny, but also puts me in San Jose and Vermont. That's interesting. I would have expected myself to be a little bit more northeast. So, yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah, I hope you learned a few things from this, how I, in particular, talk. Just to clarify, this isn't, like, typical of how Hongkongers speak. It's just my particular vernacular, like depending on how much media that I've been exposed to. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more random content, because I assure you there will be more of this kind of English vernacular content coming. In fact, I've got 3 of them planned right now. And yeah, with that said, I'll see you next time.